Alright, so we're going to do one more equation, and this one I included because it looks a lot like the question on the quiz that it seemed like a lot of us had trouble with, and it's because we're dealing with fractions, okay? Those usually throw us for a little bit of a loop, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a way, the same way we talked about in class, to get rid of fractions when we need to. Alright, so if we notice we have 1/3 times x plus 2 equals negative 3 over 7 plus 2 over 7. Well, what I'm noticing is we have two different denominators. Okay, we have this 3 and we have a 7 over here. So what we're going to do to first start trying to get rid of these fractions is we're going to take this denominator and then this denominator, it's 7, so 3 and 7, and we're going to multiply them together. So 3 times 7 is going to give us 21. Now what we're going to do with that 21 is we're going to say, okay, since my 3 and my 7 can both be multiplied to become 21, I'm going to take that 21 and now I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 21. So I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation with 21. And what that's effectively going to do is it's going to get rid of our fractions. It's going to turn them into whole numbers. Okay, so what we do is we have 21 times 1/3. So 21 times 1/3 becomes 21 over 3, which actually is just 7. Okay, so instead of 1/3, now we have 7. Okay, so these two values do not multiply with the 21. Okay, because they are in these parentheses, they are still going to be distributed with that 7. So they remain x plus 2 in the parentheses. So after multiplying by 21, this side, instead of being 1/3 times x plus 2, becomes 7 times x plus 2. So now we don't have to multiply or distribute with that fraction. Okay, so next we're going to multiply this side by 21. Okay, so we have negative 3 over 7 times 21. Well, that's going to give us negative 9. Okay, and you can just throw that in the calculator, or you can say, all right, negative 3 times 21 is negative 63. Negative 63 divided by 7 is negative 9. Okay, now plus 2/7 times 21. Okay, well, 2/7 times 21. 2 times 21 is going to be 42. Then 42 divided by 7 is 6. So that becomes 6. So now this equation looks much simpler in this form as opposed to how it started. So now we have 7 times x plus 2 equals negative 9 plus 6. Now here's the thing. The right side still is not simplified yet. Okay, we have these like terms that we can combine. So now I have 7 times x plus 2 equals negative 3, because negative 9 plus 6 is negative 3. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and distribute our 7. So 7 times x and then 7 times 2. That gives us 7x plus 7 times 2 is 14. And that's going to equal negative 3. Alright, so now we're back down to just a two-step equation. So at this point, we should be pretty familiar with these steps. Okay, we're going to get rid of our constant, meaning we're going to subtract 14. Okay, subtract 14 on both sides. And what that's going to do is that's going to zero out these two values. And now I'm going to rewrite what I have left. On the left side, it's just 7x. And on the right side, negative 3 minus 14 is negative 17. So 7x equals negative 17. Alright, so the last step is we're going to divide by our coefficient, divide by that 7. What that does is it gets the x by itself.
Route 1, come load your buses. Route 1, come load your buses.
Alright, so now that x is by itself, we have our answer. Okay, the answer we would just keep is negative 17 over 7. Now, yes, you can convert that into a decimal. You could say, okay, negative 17 divided by 7 is this decimal right here. But for all intents and purposes, what we found is let's just keep it as this improper fraction. Okay, so we would say the answer to this equation is x equals negative 17 over 7.